And Dodge just announced the King Daytona. We're going to talk about that right now. That's Bentley. And y'all know who this is. This is Jamie. Look at what she does for our kid's birthday. This is amazing.
I put candy in a plastic
Put candy.
container.
It looks beautiful.
Ooh,
look at how awesome. It is amazing. Look. I'm giving you credit.
Thank you.
All right. Amazing. 16 years old. Never thought we'd be old enough to have a 16-year-old, but we do. So let's go outside and talk about this new Dodge announcement. And I will just tell you up front that I am extremely, and I'm going to use this word, apoplectic about it. Let's go ahead and start this baby up. No jailbreak yet, folks. Should be any day now. And a big decision I have to make. All right, let's chat. All right, so is it me or is the shakedown continuing? No pun intended. But are we getting rolled here? Are we really getting rolled by Dodge? And I apologize for the negative videos, and I'm going to try not to go too dark in this one. But I was so waiting, especially after last week's video, where I talked about my impending jailbreak to show up, and that maybe I'll wait till 2023, and maybe one of these special editions will be worth waiting for and going on the hunt for, and bringing you along for the ride to hunt for that car without markups and pull off the impossible. And I really expected this week would be a Hellcat, and it was. And then when they announced it, it was the same car I bought. So they announced a jailbreak, and that basically they announced a jailbreak that they spec'd out with some orange stitching and some badging that it says King Daytona, and it said that there's some satin black accents on the hood and the roof, but I didn't see those pictures yet, so I don't know what that's going to look like. Hood pins on a Charger, very cool. That's one thing I would love to add to my Charger jailbreak if I end up pulling the trigger on that thing. And after today's announcement, or yesterday's announcement, I don't even know what day it is, but yes, yesterday's announcement, I'm not jumping up and down about a Go Mango, which I think is a really cool color, but a Go Mango jailbreak with stickers on it, with nothing else really special done to it, but some orange stitching, and that car's going to be literally marked up through the ceiling. But here's why. So I went ahead and spec'd out what that car would cost based on the 2022 model Jailbreaks, and I'll put that up on the screen now. That basically I just clicked the buttons. I even clicked some decals because there's nowhere to put, you know, the actual King Daytona decal into the calculation. So I just picked regular decals and went down the line and clicked the options, and wham, we got about a little over $98,000 for that car. That's 2022 prices. Now wait for 2023 increased prices on the basic jailbreak, what that's going to look like. So if we're at $98,000, if they just add a $2,500 increase in prices, we're hurled over $100,000 right out of the gate. That's before we talk about markups, and that's just a regular jailbreak, not a special edition. 300 only being made, only 300 being made, special edition car. You got to expect that they're going to add a price to that. Let's just say it's another $5,000. So you're probably around, I don't know, $105,000 to $107,000 MSRP for that King Daytona, and then markups. There are literally regular jailbreaks floating around out there that I don't know why they're called jailbreaks, other than the fact that they're 807 horsepower, meaning there's no special spec to them. And they're marked up to $125,000, $135,000, $150,000+ right now. And for us to think that this thing is not going to be marked up through the ceiling, and it's kind of evidenced by the insanity of the low number that they're going to make, the 300. I think the Demon was with 3,000 cars in the U.S. This is 300 cars in the entire U.S. There's way more dealers than that, so how are they even going to spread these things around? They say they're going to pick special dealerships. It's going to be impossible to find this thing. And I would just tell you, you shouldn't go looking, because it's just basically a jailbreak with some orange stitching, some stickers, Go Mango paint, orange calipers. You can spec this thing out really easy on the website, and it's going to be probably less money. And if you want, you can go have your wrap guy throw the stickers on there, probably order a badge, and you got a counterfeit King Daytona. And you go find some dummy, the same dummy that's probably going to pay $135,000 to $150,000 plus for the King Daytona, and tell them I'll give you the deal of the century for $120,000. I mean, it just seems crazy. And here's how crazy it seems. To pick a number like 300 is a little bit arrogant when you think about it. To only make that many is intentionally, at this point, really intentionally creating a situation where there will be so much pressure on pricing for that special car, and there are so many stupid people in the world with money that that car is going to go interstellar on the prices. And think about it like this. The Bugatti Chiron made more of those cars at a sticker of, what, millions, several $1 million, $2-3 million. The Ferrari LaFerrari, one of the most rare Ferraris in the world, I think made like 700 of those things. So basically, some of the most exotic, rare cars in the world made more cars than this Dodge. That's insane, which makes me believe that these guys at Dodge really believe that they're going to create something so incredibly exclusive that the price will just hit the moon and beyond, and they will be able to nail. I mean, it's going to be one of those cars that the dealership literally closes the doors early that day when somebody rolls in one of these things, and they have a celebration because how much they're going to make on this thing. When you restrict a supply that much, I mean, you saw what happened with Demons with 3,000 of those things, and they were numbered cars. I don't think they're even numbering these cars. So sometimes numbering does add a value, so hopefully they do that for the people who are going to spend way too much money on this car. But if they're not numbered even, then you don't even get to say, I have number 47 of 300. Whichever one you get, you're going to have to track it by VIN number, and I'm guessing that's not even going to be able to really tell you because the VIN numbers are probably spread out along all the different Dodges. So that's insane. So hopefully they at least number the car. But even if they do that, it still doesn't make sense to only make 300 unless you absolutely want to create a just cash cow. And let's just call it what it is. The king of markups. To set records for an American mass-produced car, the only way to do that is to go and stick a super low production number on that thing and then restrict it to certain dealers and then prey on the dummies that are going to show up and buy it thinking they're going to be able to flip it and make a bunch of money. And yet you can order a Jailbreak easily. Just click the buttons, get it in Go Mango, get the orange calipers, and take it to your sticker guy and pop some hood pins in the front of that thing, and you're like 90% there. So my thoughts about the King Daytona are really just more frustration on top of frustration. And I really was hoping that this week was going to be a Jailbreak or a Red Eye or a Hellcat. I thought maybe even just leaping into a Hellcat before they go to a Red Eye and before they go to a Jailbreak, and they just roll out a badass Hellcat. Something, even if it was, stickers and maybe some drag radials and it would have been the most awesome thing ever. And maybe next week and the week after, maybe that's coming. Maybe we'll see something like that. So you got a Jailbreak. That's basically what it is. And it's going to be marked up to Pluto. It's going to be marked up so high, it's going to be absolutely insane. So let's talk about what comes with this thing. I'll put this up on the screen right now so you can see the list. And you're going to say, wow, I can just take this to the website and pretty much build this thing out. So here's what they say. 300 of these things are going to be made. It's going to be made in the Hellcat Red Eye wide body, which is a Jailbreak, in Go Mango exterior, and here's what's going to be included. They said an extra 10 horsepower. No, that's a Jailbreak. It's not a Hellcat Red Eye, it's a Jailbreak. Jailbreaks are 807 horsepower. That takes the SRT Hellcat Red Eye from 797 to 807. That's a Jailbreak. It's like, what kind of shell game are we playing here? Satin black King Daytona rear fender graphics, satin black hood and roof graphics, 20 by 11 inch satin carbon warp speed wheels. How many of you think that should have had black wheels? How many of you, like comment below. That car should have had black wheels, in my opinion. Satin chrome exterior badging. Orange 6-piston Brembo brakes. Bright Mopar hood pin kit, pretty cool. Satin black spoiler. Black, whoops, on the spec I didn't include that. So I think that takes us pretty close to 100 grand for the satin black spoiler. The black Napa Alcantara Daytona seats with orange stitching. By the way, the seats are going to say Daytona here, but not have a Hellcat. I kind of like the Hellcat more. But if you're into the Daytona thing, that's cool. King Daytona interior instrument panel badge. Orange interior accent stitching on the instrument panel, console, steering wheel, and door trim. Suede headliner. Carbon fiber interior bezels. Alcantara steering wheel, which I did include in my spec. We're over 100 grand. We made it. We're over 100 grand for a jailbreak on this thing. So imagine where this is going to go. It's going to be a $110,000 car. Harman Kardon premium audio system, power sunroof, which I didn't include on my spec. We're at 105. I'll put it up on the screen. We're going to the moon here. And the navigation package. So that is the new King Daytona. Let's just call it what it is. It's a jailbreak. And there will be less of those on the road than there are the ultra rare Bugatti Chiron. You got a better chance of seeing a Ferrari LaFerrari on the road than seeing one of these things on the road. And I'll tell you, whoever gets this car should get and buys this car for whatever price they're going to be charging should wear a red nose on their face, because they're going to be the biggest clown for the amount of money they're going to pay for it. And I almost didn't make a video about this car because I absolutely got tired of the negativity. I got frustrated with shooting these videos and just complaining. But at this point, the more people that see these, maybe we'll dilute the market enough to where we'll take the real big dummies that are going to pay these giant markups, and maybe those dummies will say, I'm not going to do it, and they will hold firm. Maybe this video will reach one guy out there that frankly hasn't shaved in years, because if he tries to, he'll probably cut himself to death and die because he's not bright enough to figure out how to do it. And maybe we can stop that guy from going and buying a King Daytona for $150,000 with every last penny he saved in his whole life, in hopes that it's going to be worth $1 million one day, which LaFerraris are. But definitely not a good comparison with supercars. But man, when they make less of those, they make of some of the most rarest cars on the face of the earth. To me, it seems a little bit arrogant and presumptuous to think that they're going to be able to command the prices I'm betting they are already doing the math on. So please, if you love this car, which I will tell you, the pictures make it look amazing. My experience with Go Mango is if it's not super clean, then it looks a little bit, it doesn't look as good. And when I ordered, if you all remember, I ordered a Go Mango Scat Pack, and I went and showed up, and it was still dirty, and it rubbed me wrong. But then I saw one cleaned up, ceramic coated, and looked beautiful, and I loved it again. So that car is hit and miss with a lot of people, and the price they're going to be charging, it's going to be hit and miss with a lot of people. But if you love that thing, man, just go order a jailbreak. You're still probably going to be around $103,000 spec'd out, but you can at least order it. And I want to be real clear, everybody who keeps messaging saying, I thought you couldn't order any cars for 2023. You just had to go to these power brokers or whoever they are to be able to get them. No. All the dealers are going to be able to take orders from what I understand, just not the special edition orders. My dealer has even confirmed that that's what they believe is going to happen. So if something's different once they start opening the banks for orders, then fine, I'm wrong. But my understanding is these special edition cars, you can't order them. They're going to be pumped out. They're going to be built however they want to build them with this spec and send them out to the dealerships, and then we have to go find those cars. The rest of them, we can go to our dealership and we can order the cars. We can order a jailbreak, we can order a red eye, we can order a Hellcat, we can order a Scat Pack straight from your dealer, just like you always have been able to do. And if you find the right dealership, you're not going to get nailed with markups. At least that's been my experience. So with that, everybody, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you agree, Let me know if you disagree. Let me know if you think this is going to be worth $150, $180, $200,000 when it finally gets launched and you find it sitting in a dealership floor, probably around September of next year. Then let me know if you will unload your savings account, your 401k, and every bit of your net worth, wealth, sell your Rolex, sell your diamonds, sell everything you have so that you can buy this one of 300 probably unnumbered car. With that, everybody, take care, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.